welcome to this video. These videos I'm going to call my Tuesday travel vlogs, where on Tuesdays I hope to be able to post videos about what it is that I have done and the places that I have seen. Be sure to check back on every Tuesday to see if I've got new videos showing you the exciting places that I've gone and the fun things that I've done there. Today I went to Huntington, West Virginia. Huntington is the largest city in what they call the Huntington-Ashford area. It sits right on the Ohio River, sandwiched between Kentucky and Ohio. They have there what's known as the Heritage Farm and Village that was started by a Mr. Perry. His desire was to be able to teach everybody about Appalachian life as it was in West Virginia. It's a nice area, that kind of a village that you can walk through. It has lots of different buildings with different museums. Of course, trains played a huge role in the commerce of West Virginia, as did the Ohio River itself. Steamboats were a huge way to transport people and goods, and of course so were the trains. And everybody thinks about industry for West Virginia. They think about coal or wood. One of the best things I actually learned while I was there was about the salt industry. I had no idea West Virginia had a salt industry. But what they would do back in the 1800s is they would take a tree and lower it down into the ground. They would hollow it out and put it into the ground. And then they would lower somebody down that tree till they can get to the salt water underneath. And then scoop it out ladle by ladle and bring it up. And then, of course, boil off the water, and there's your salt. That was very interesting. Also, here at the Heritage Farm and Museum, they had a petting zoo where I loved on some cats. They have a doll museum. They have a tree house that you can get to by an adventure course. The museum's great. It's not that expensive to get in. It's about $18 for one adult. And I was there for about 3 hours. You know, during my time, I've talked to some great people. I did a little bit of axe throwing. After I left the museum, I decided to drive around town for a little bit. Huntington is also home to Marshall University, which is in their downtown area. I took a walk along the river at the Harris Riverfront Park, drove along some of those brick roads that I learned about, as well as visited Rikers Park for a little bit. I stopped at the gas station before heading back to the campground, and I was talking to some of the people at the counter, and I was mentioning how cheap things are here. I mean, and you knew it would be once you get out of New York State, just how cheap things are. And I said, that's it. I said, I'm moving to West Virginia. And they said, just don't move to Huntington, which I thought was really interesting. They said it's a lot like Detroit. Things are just closing up. So I did do some looking, and it does seem as if Huntington is a very, very poor area. There are some areas that you can see a little bit more of the affluent houses, but they were far and few between, and they're right. Most of Huntington is a very poor area. But it was a nice little getaway, nice little place to see some things. Of course, came back to the campground and took a nap.